hi, I have two sisters who both suffer from Crohn's. Both had surgery. One is currently on steroids and has been for 6 months. Every time they try to take her off, she gets worse. She's on the newest drugs, which could be a concern because of the serious side effects. My other sister, who again has been on strong drugs for years, is just waiting for another colonoscopy. She can't eat and has lost loads of weight. Can you tell me if the product you sell would be able to help my sisters, please? So basically, when I suffered from Crohn's disease myself. I had ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease, and that's why I found the Qenda, and it really helped me. The Qenda is really good for rebuilding the intestinal lining, having a healthy bowel, getting the bowels moving. So it helps on that side of things. I know when I first took the Qenda, I felt normal for the first time in like 5 years after being like chronically I was having 25 to 30 bowel movements a day. And then just on day one of having Qenda, my transit time, instead of food going through me in 10-15 minutes, it was like 6 hours from the time of eating food before it actually came out, which was amazing, as you probably understand with sisters and stuff like that. And obviously with the steroids, what they're doing, they're reducing the inflammation. Obviously there's a lot of inflammation. The steroid suppresses the immune system slightly, the immune response, and obviously reduces the inflammation. And what that's obviously, if you think about it, your body's creating an immune response. It's like when it's going to the toilet all the time, not digesting food, your body's trying to, just like when you get sickness, or like whenever you get a bug, your body creates like diarrhea and stuff to try flush it out. So if your sisters are really suffering from Crohn's disease, it's very likely that there's a toxin in the body, like an infection or something, that's trying to flush stuff out. And everybody I've helped with Crohn's disease has had parasites in their body. And I've seen with the Qenda getting the bowels moving, and it's got some antiparasitics in there and stuff. It's really good for taking out them parasites, getting the bowels flowing, and helping have a healthy intestinal lining. It is the most comprehensive thing I've ever found, which is why I do this, why I imported it over to the UK, and why I've been helping people with it ever since. I do recommend going on YouTube and just searching, like looking for the people that I've helped with Crohn's and ulcerative colitis. It's very similar. And all of them had worms. And basically, when you've got Crohn's disease, there's pretty much always a parasite component that I've seen with people, and the Qenda definitely helps get that out. And it's normally parasites, and they burrow into the intestinal lining. They eat the nutrients from the food, and then they dump their waste into the body, which can go through the intestinal lining and circulate around in the blood. And your immune system, what I believe autoimmune, in the case of Crohn's and stuff, and inflammatory bowel disease, there's an infection like parasites or mold in the house that you're exposed to all the time. But very, very, very often it's parasites. So when we get the parasites out, help heal the damaged intestinal lining, which is leaky gut, which you may have heard about, then it stops the body just trying to flush stuff out all the time. Because what you find is when you have parasites, you eat nutritious foods, and then the foods are feeding the parasites, and they dump like stuff like isopropyl alcohol, lactic acid, phenol, formaldehyde into the body, and it's making the body very acidic and full of toxins circulating around. So then the immune system kicks in, and your body's just trying to flush out the toxins. And that's what seems like what's happening. You're having the steroids, it's reducing the inflammatory response, and then when your sisters come off the steroids and stuff, the infections are still there, the leaky gut's still there, so it just comes back. So I do believe that the Qenda will be the absolute best thing for Crohn's disease. It's the only thing that ever gave me relief, basically. And I know this message was sent via email, so you might not have had a chance to look at the group or whatever and see other people that's been helped with Crohn's disease. But yeah, it's a very comprehensive formula that is it does work for Crohn's disease, and I think that well, I'm not saying it heals Crohn's disease because I'm not allowed to say that, but yeah, if I'm talking to anyone and saying what I'd do, is yeah, the Qenda really. And then you said, yeah, so I do think it'll help. And then you said, could you confirm if you're able to take it during a severe flare up? As stated, both my sisters are on potent medication. Could I ask what the success rate is, please? Yeah, so the best thing you can do is you can show the product to the doctors. I've always had people, if they're ever concerned about this, they show it to the doctors, and then the doctors can go over the ingredients and say if there's any contraindications or whatever. But from what I've seen and the amount of people that I've helped people that have been like in the ward still on medications, and then they've got the product and then had it, and it's really helped them. So I have had people, a lot of people, as you can imagine, with IBD, they start it when they're already on the medications. So I don't think there's any contraindications with regards to the medication. That's fine. You can still take the medications alongside that, which is fine. It's normally, like I said, we need to rebuild the damaged intestinal lining, get rid of the parasites, and just get the elimination pathways flowing. And people that suffer from Crohn's, like I said, the main one is parasites. When they get that out of the body, their body can be a lot better. There is stuff like metals that can mess up the immune system and that, but generally what I've seen across the board is when people get rid of the parasites, they feel a hell of a lot better. And you said, what is the success rate? I'm just building a software at the moment to track people's symptoms, and then yeah, to help the clients themselves, so they can track the symptoms and show what's going on, so they can see their improvements. So we're starting to build all that software and stuff like that now. But everyone I've personally helped with like Crohn's disease, like I said, I've seen amazing results and felt normal again. And they've said the Qenda's the only thing that's really worked to help. But yeah, with regards to success rate, in all honesty, I wish I could talk to every single person and track every single person, and I did when I first started the business for like 5 years, but it like my body, one person can only do so much. So in all honesty, I haven't had a facility to track symptoms. That's what I'm just trying to build now. But yeah, everyone I know that I've spoken to personally that has had it has felt a lot better when they've had the Qenda and then got the parasites out and stuff like that. But yeah, in all honesty, I'm not. There's just me, JD, and customer service, and then Dan that helps with the videos and stuff. So I haven't got the success rate yet. That's what I need to work on, basically. That's a proper answer, but I'm very confident that your sisters will see an improvement when they have the Qenda. Very, very, very confident of that.